In this Grasshopper tutorial, we want to model the sunflower seed pattern, which is basically the Voronoi pattern we want to model like this, and we will be able to define the number of the patterns in two directions. So you can see I can increase or decrease that in two directions. And we will also use the Maelstrom component to make the pattern rotate and twist like this, and we will just make something similar to the real pattern in the sunflower seed. So this tutorial you will learn how to use the Maelstrom to produce the patterns. We will also use some advanced data trees management, which you can also enroll in our course if you want to learn more about data trees, because we have a complete section on this. Okay, so let's get started from scratch. And what I want to do is to first of all make a point which is the center of the Voronoi pattern. So let's just assign that to a point, and we can just move that if we want to. The next part is to how we can produce that Voronoi pattern. So I'm going to show you step by step. The first step is to draw a line. So this is simple. We draw a line. Then we will just make the polar array to make this pattern like this. So we will use the polar array to put these lines in this direction. Then we'll use the Maelstrom component to make a little bit twist in these lines. So it's going to be something like this. Okay. And when we did that, we will go to the next step, which I will explain how to control those points. So let's just do these steps first. I'm going to go to the curve section and use this line STL, or start direction length, to draw the line. And let's just put the bifocals plugin so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so the point is the start of the line, the direction is X, unit X. We will give that to the direction, and the length we can define it by whatever we want. And this is the first step. Okay, so this is going to define the baseline. The next step is to use the polar array. So I'm going to type array and find this. Let's just go here, polar array, give this line to the geometry. The center or the plane which we want to do this is basically this point in an XY plane. So I'm going to give an XY plane, give this point to an XY plane, turn this off and give this to the plane. So remember, this is the plane we want to use that. And the count, we can simply in this tutorial it's better to use even numbers, so I'm going to start with 6 maybe to 40, and remember you have to use even numbers to be able to produce that pattern. So what I want to do is to give this the count, and now what we have to do is to use that Maelstrom to produce the pattern. Before we use the Maelstrom, I want to say that this is simply a way you can produce that pattern. The real pattern is based on Fibonacci spirals and those things. Maybe in the future we will produce a tutorial about that, but this tutorial is a simplified version, how you can just use simple components in Grasshopper to produce a pattern similar to the sunflower seeds. Okay, so let's just go with the Maelstrom, and I'm going to give this to the geometry. The plane we want to produce that Maelstrom is again that XY plane, so let's give this to here, just turn this off. The first radius. You can see it's a small, so we can increase that to show you how this will affect. Okay, this is the first radius. You can just increase or decrease that if you want to. This will just start the pattern. The second is also important, and you have to give a bigger number than this, and you can see that we have produced a pattern like the Maelstrom. We have another tutorial about using the Maelstrom to produce a pattern. I will also put it up in the description. So remember, you can use the first and second radius to produce and change those spirals if you want to. And at the end there is an angle, so it's in radians. You can just right click and put it into degrees and define a degree. So I'm going to say maybe from 50 to 120, and you can increase or decrease that. Maybe we can just start from 0 if we want to put it into straight lines and increase that to produce the pattern. Okay, so this is a quick hack to use the Maelstrom to produce those spirals of the pattern, something similar to the Fibonacci spirals. So let's just turn this off. The next one is to divide these lines. Okay, what I want to do is to first delete these curves, dispatch them into two groups. Okay, that is because I want to produce a gap between those. So what you want to do is to produce a dispatch, and we have talked about dispatch. Again, if you want to know more about dispatch, I will put it up here and give it to the list. The dispatch default pattern is true and false, and if I give this to the curve, you can see that this is in list A and this is in list B, and you can use this to produce a little bit of gap in your pattern. This will help you, even if you increase those count, this will help you to always have a small gap between that. You can also increase that pattern if you want to, maybe to the set multiple booleans and make it like this, true, false, false. So you can increase that gap. Remember, you can use that thing to increase or decrease those gaps and produce the desired pattern. Okay, now what we want to do is to divide. I'm going to use the divide curve to divide these points into the number of counts we want, maybe 20. Again, we prefer to use even numbers, so let's just put that into 4 and put it into count, and we can increase or decrease the number of divisions. So in this tutorial, the most important thing is to dispatch this pattern and have this one by one. So if I use the dispatch, okay, on this one, and perhaps go for list A, okay, you can see that this is basically the same pattern we had here. Okay, so if we want to make that Fibonacci pattern, we have to go with the second part. So now the most important part is to play with this number, these three numbers, to produce desired results. Okay, this will help you to put these points in the correct position. So let me just go forward and go to the mesh and use this Voronoi, or you can just type Voronoi and give these points to the Voronoi, because each of those points are going to give you Voronoi cells. I'm going to right click and flatten. Again, if you don't know about flatten, I will put it up in the description. So let's just turn this off and turn those curves off, and here you can see that we have produced those cells. Remember, you have to play with these numbers to produce better results. Okay, so I'm going to play with this. Maybe in the future I'm going to also talk about the Fibonacci spirals and maybe how you can use that, because it's a little bit advanced and we have to use those polar arrays, those things. We can go with this pattern. Okay, so the next part is to delete these cells here and delete the cells out. What I want to explain here is that you can see there's a warning and says 15 duplicate points. Okay, the reason we have a duplicate point is that when we divided this, we have duplicate points in the center. So how can we delete that? We can simply just go here, and it's the first point before we flatten this. You can see that they are into 15. You can see that they are into 15 groups with 13 points, and the first one is perhaps the first point on the center. So we can go to the sets, the sequence, and use this call index to delete the first one. So I'm going to give this index a 0. That means the first set of points, and when I turn this off, you can see that this point is going to go away. So what we want to do is to flatten this and again give it to the points, and you can see that the center is gone. And now the last step is to delete this section and the cells outside to have the base Voronoi cells. What we want to do is to talk about the point numbers. I'm going to go to the display section and connect a point list to the points. Let's just bake this so you can see the numbers. Here we have to delete these set of points here, so it's 0, 12, 24, and 36, so on. That's really easy. What we have to do is to make a series of number, okay? And if you don't know about series, again, we have a tutorial. I will put it up here. So it's a series. I'm going to put a series here. The start is 0, so we know that it's going to start from 0. The step is 12, and that is because we have two set of numbers here. Remember, we had a division. I'm going to put that into n1 so we can understand this, and this one into n2. Okay, you can see that this is the number n2 divided by 2, 24 divided by 2. So I can just simply go here, give this to the step expression, x divided by 2, and now we will have steps of 12 on each of that. Okay, and how many counts should we go? If I count this, it's going to be 0, so just start from this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, okay? And that is the reason we have this. 32 divided by 2 is going to be 16, so we can give this x divided by 2. And now we have to delete these numbers, 0, 12, 24, exactly is the numbers we have here. I'm going to go again to the set sequence and delete the call index from this, and just turn this off. And now you can see that these cells has been deleted. Okay, now we have to aim for the outer cells. So if we just look at this, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 comes here. Okay, 11. So again, we have to start with a series. The start is going to be 11, and that is because n1 here, n2 here. Okay, divided by 2, it's going to be 12. 1 less, okay? So it's going to be 24 divided by 2. I'm going to put this in parentheses, x divided by 2. So it's going to be 12 and minus 1. That's it. So it's going to start from 11. Again, you can see it's going to jump 12 by 12. So we had this from here divided by 2. So I'm going to give this number here. The step, I mean, okay? So the step is x divided by 2, and the count was this divided by 2 because it had 16 steps. And that's it. So when we add this to the index with the shift key, if you have problem, just flatten this so all of those cells will be deleted. Let's just turn this off, and here we go. This is the way you can produce the inner cells exactly and delete this center part, the out part. And now let's just play with the numbers. I'm going to play with this. Here it goes, and I'm going to change this. You can just put that into a small number and play with this outer radius, and the degree is important also. Let's just increase that and see how it will produce that pattern. Okay, you can see that's going to jump on those cells, and at the end we can also play with the number of the divisions like this. Okay, and thanks for watching. Just a simple question. What do you know about the sunflower seed distribution, the Fibonacci spirals, and maybe in the future we will make a tutorial about that. And see you next time.